This is Vince with Bulldog Rooter on job number 26934206. This will be an upload video. I've been here a couple times in the last month or so. The customer's having issues with backups out of the floor drain, and it is not related to the main line. I've got a camera running through this 2-inch pipe, and I have ran it all the way out to where it ties into the main, as you can see. That's about 19 feet from the floor drain clean out, and we're now pulling back from the main into the 2-inch line. You can see it's very old and scaly. We've got water hanging out here. You can see draining just real slow. There's a bug right there. Now if we had proper grade, water wouldn't be hanging out here, it would be draining rapidly. But lines that run under the foundation of a home just have a tendency to settle over time. We're almost to where the washer standpipe and the kitchen tie in. I do have the washer full so we can discharge and observe while inside the drain. So here's that Y where the washer ties in. You can see it coming in from the top right corner of the screen. And I'm going to discharge the washer right now. Hey, how you doing?
Tim.
Oh, nice to meet you, I'm Vince.
Nice to meet you, Vince.
So right now we aren't experiencing a backup, but you can see the bottom of the pipe here is on the top left, and it's wanting to fill that pipe up. You can see coming in from the laundry standpipe, it looks like some stuff's just caught the jagged edges of the cast iron, some lint. That's the beginnings of the buildup there, as we can see. Now, it has been an issue 2 or 3 times in the last month, so it's something that needs to be remedied. It is now starting to back up just barely out of the floor drain clean out. You can see it's filled up that 2-inch line at the Y, and it's just finding somewhere else, somewhere with less resistance to go. Still discharging. It's starting to back up at the floor drain again. Even though we can see there is no restriction in the line, it was clear and open to the main. So I'm going to shut the washer down, and we can see that just drain. It's all coming back now. We're sitting in the floor drain part of the line. Theoretically, that should never back up into this Y, but relatively modern washers require a 2-inch drain. I do believe this is 2-inch. It's just gotten scaly and it's settled a little bit. So we're pulling back now into the floor drain line, and you can see water pool here. This should be coming through the Y and draining, but as you can see, there's just a tiny little bit of a lip there. So the water wants to pool there. Okay, so we're pulling back, and you can start to see some irregularity in the cast iron. You can see a channel's been worn through it just from use. That's pretty typical. That's going to be the top of the screen right now, is actually the bottom of the pipe. And as you see, it's gotten real scaly right there. It almost looks like a mouth opening on the left-hand side of the screen. But this is in the floor drain part of the line, so the floor drain really only serves a purpose during an emergency if there's water coming into the basement. This right here is definitely an issue. There's a huge piece of iron. I think it broke, and it's kind of just partially still hanging on. As you can see, it creates this kind of mountain coming in from the right side. And that's definitely going to want to catch stuff. But again, this is past where the washer drain ties in. It's just because that discharge pump is overwhelming this old cast iron line that water even comes back towards the floor drain in the first place. The camera, even a fiber optic rigid cord, doesn't want to navigate past that point. And you can see we're holding more water It's too rough and grainy on that side, as you can see. Pulling out of the floor drain clean out now. This is where we were running the camera. And this concludes the video inspection. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rooter.